Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Ansem571
And I'm CCK Roscoe.
and this is game 2 of Anarchy Navy versus Dream Daddies. Dream Daddies actually had a very close set where they were winning fight after fight for the last couple of minutes, but due to having lost pretty much their entire base, Anarchy Navy saw the opportunity and took it with the backdoor.
Yeah, it's Drago coming in with a clutch Nexus solo destroy there at the end. Really close game out of these two. Gonna look to see what kind of adaptations they can come up with for game 2 to answer that Yorick threat.
I could tell you how they're going to answer that Yorick threat. They're going to ban it according to Mr. Pro Draft links over here.
Good call by DD. You know, obviously they did pick the Malphite into that matchup. They thought it would be a pretty solid matchup for Cheese Blaze up there, but the best way to counterpick a champion is to just ban it out.
Seems reasonable. They do actually pick up Wukong for the top lane, it looks like, into Silas, I think? That looks like a Silas top lane.
Could be Tom
Zyra
Kent.
mid, Tom Kench support. We're gonna have to see how this goes for
Yeah, I guess I'll
the
have to see
draft
when we get
because
into the
I
game.
just don't even know. Tom Kent
Yeah,
hasn't been a viable solo laner for a while, but we're gonna have to see how that goes
very
as
true.
we get into the game. Mr. Producer, take it away. Alrighty then, as we are getting in, we see pings coming out from the side of Dream Daddies. They're going to be going for the 5-man invade through the bottom side, and it looks like Anarchy Navy recognizes this.
Yeah, answering with a 5-stack of their own.
Yeah, Silas a little bit behind, Zyra not going to have it, but they do catch out the Zyra, the immediate flash cage. But that's really questionable from the Veigar actually. um, little adventurous on that one. Does have the cage back up again. Does get the Zyra to be locked up in the cage. Does actually get into the trap and does get taken down by the Veigar. Now the top laners are going to both teleport back in. The Evelyn is trying to take out both the Caitlyn and the Veigar. The Veigar is going to help make sure that she does go down. The Xayah is going to have to flash away. And now Janna gets taken out on the backside by this Tom Kench.
Alrighty, so this is gonna be a banger of a match.
That's alright.
Starting off with the 5 kill per minute kill death rate here.
So questionable things. One,
Yeah.
the flash on the Veigar. Two, the fact that Janna got ran down by a Tom Kench. I didn't think that was going to happen, but I'm like, all right, okay.
Yeah, the solo lane Tom Kench, I mean, that's one of his specialties, actually, running people down. So he does like the extended lane. So
yeah, I mean,
sense.
solo lane Tom Kench isn't that viable, but hey, if you get a 2 early kills before 2 minutes, sure, anything is viable then.
Absolutely. Not only that, but what the first blood going over to the Tom Kench as well. So this is a big catfish. Kench has been unbenched.
Silas is a very fun and interactive champion to play against. Ooh, does get the stun on the Wukong. The Wukong is getting beat up. He's going to have to flash. He's going down to this Tom Kench.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Yeah, so 300 gold bounty on the Tom Kench now. I think Cheese Blades, just has to concede that lane priority to the Tom Kench until he can start picking up some items. TP coming in.
Veigar is actually teleporting into the bottom lane. Does get the cage down on the Zyra. Zyra still walks into it, and she goes down to the Caitlyn.
Yeah, just as the cage is dropping there, Warwolves just a little too early on the retreat there. You know, not a bad TP flank, honestly, out of the Veigar. He knows that they don't have any flashes in bot lane. You know, obviously hoping to get the Xayah as well, but...
Strom is being a little aggressive with the Janna. While, yes, you can trade nicely early on, you still don't have a lot of health.
Yeah, they definitely want to get this wave crashed. Warwolves is already back, though, so...
Yeah, it was good that the kill actually went to the Caitlyn, just so that way she is able to match the 3 assists that the Xayah got early. Did get the blade caller onto Caitlyn. Caitlyn will be able to escape. Wukong is actually having to resort to using like I think that's like 110 mana per combo with his E and Q.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
decoy
it
is like 80 mana or something like
Yeah.
that. It's huge.
Oh, ZZ Dog actually ends up flashing to get away from the Silas's roots. Pretty chaotic game 2. Pretty chaotic.
Yeah, 7 kills already at 4 minutes.
Bammy Cinder top lane for Tom Kench, and he can proc that with both his consume and with his tongue lash.
Yeah.
For the stun. Oh, and he can do it just by eating a minion. Ah. Well, that's discouraging.
Yeah, and ECC is gonna proc that. So you know, if you're on the Maokai, if you Bramble Smash, I believe it is the minion wave, you'll get that Bounty proc.
Yeah, and Twisted Advance or whatever the R is called at this point. I don't even know.
Nature's Grasp.
Nature's Grasp. Thank you. I still want it to be the old ultimate for Maokai, where it was the AoE reduced damage.
Oh, sure, and then explode at the end kind of thing.
Yeah, like that was a useful ultimate. This is not. What it is now, it will never be useful.
Yeah,
until
it's tough.
Like, if they were to double its speed even, it wouldn't be useful in my opinion.
Yeah,
That's how useless this thing is.
The Maokai ult does speed up as it goes, but you're right, it is so slow that you're never gonna hit anything with that.
Ugh. Gosh. Wukong is just having to eat it so hard.
Yeah, Tom Kench's early game in the solo lane, even post nerfs, is really strong. And then you give him the 2-3 kills that he got early. I mean, he's gonna be running this lane for the foreseeable future.
Ooh, Sejuani does get the jump onto the Tom Kench. The Tom Kench does not have his flash, but now he's going to retaliate onto the Sejuani, and now she's going to get eaten.
Yeah, he's got. Oh wow, level 6.
Oh no, he still got eaten, and down he goes. And Silas did hit 6 first, so it did get to drop the Veigar ultimate onto him.
Yeah, so seems like a little bit of a miscommunication maybe there in the top lane, because ZZ Dog wanted a little bit more of the Tom Kench, and Cheese Place is already backing off.
Ooh, nice stun on him. Still isn't 6 yet. That would have been a kill otherwise.
Yeah, let's see.
This is a very big boy Tom Kench.
Veigar really close to level 6 here. Midmaster wisely backs up, does not want to just get ulted in the face. Anarchy Navy started with the Drake. Relatively
It's getting slowed up. The standard rune set for Janna does call for Relentless Hunter and Taste of Blood. And it looks like she went with the U.GG build. We are not sponsored. Please, if we had a sponsor, we wouldn't have just one Tribunal Mansion. We would all have one. That is a joke.
I didn't know you guys were talking about the Tribunal Mansion. I thought that was something you guys kept under wraps.
Oh no, according to some individuals who believe that we make a high profit in this league, or any profit for that matter, that we all have a mansion and we're all millionaires.
There you go.
Whiffed on the Sejuani ultimate, does get the flash from the Zyra, and the heal from the Xayah.
Yeah. You shouldn't be allowed to play Zyra Zaya in the bot lane. That's just confusing. Shame on you, Anarchy Navy.
And if one of them is named Zyari.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, men's women's tournament. If you do this to me,
you will be banned.
you will be banned. And there's the W outplay on the Silas. Healed for half of his HP on one ability.
Wow.
He doesn't. He has like 58 AP. That's not okay.
Yeah, so that Kingslayer does scale with how low his HP is or how low the target's HP is as well. So with both of them being low, not only healing him for a bunch, but also executing the Veigar.
Scattercat, if men's women's tournaments play Zaya and Ari in the same game, and Zyari is not on either one of them, I'll have to get back to you on to the punishment on that one. that deserves worse than a permanent ban from the seal.
Checking in on the items here, Wukong does look like he's going for the early Bork. He's got the Bilgewater Cutlass. 400 gold in his inventory, so he's quite a ways away from that. Another 1,000 gold or so.
Jump onto the Silas. The Silas is going to Kingslayer, back half of his health. And the Evelyn is going to take out the Veigar as much as he can. The teleport from the Wukong. Wukong is looking to engage, and it does take out the Silas. That is some of it back for him, but it's going to be trying to fight out onto this this Tahm Kench. Tahm Kench is trying to survive as long as he can. The Tahm Kench does stun up the Sejuani. The Sejuani does go down in the end, and now so does the Tahm Kench. And Tahm Kench did do enough, hopefully. The Evelyn still has her ultimate. And now the Zaya is getting beat up by this by this Janna. Janna's just charging in. Going to slow down this Zyra. And is chasing her down, but does not have enough speed boosts.
So essentially chaos ensues there from both teams, just absolutely handshaking to go into the death gauntlet here and just throw down.
Yeah, both around that mid lane and in the bottom lane. I didn't even see what happened in the bottom lane to get them that low. That was
a little too much action going on in the mid lane, but yeah. So one thing I will say, with that, Wukong's able to almost pick up the Bork, but he stops to pick up a Ruby Crystal first.
Wukong is feeling himself a little bit, does have the Bilgewater, but he still needs to get to his Bork and I think Black Cleaver at this point. He's just way too weak comparatively. So he's going to get eaten up. He does get eaten up. He is going to get dropped down, and now they're going to try and jump onto the Silas. The Silas does go down, and Drago does take down the Wukong in the end.
Yeah, so Cheeseblaze did have the gold there to pick up the Bork, but I don't know that you're missing out on a huge power spike there by not just rushing the Bork. You know, if you're gonna go with it, probably just want to rush it.
He needs to get it, especially with the clone also being able to proc it.
Yes.
Oh no, he is trapped. He's trapped. Oh, he does go into the cage, and now is getting retaliated on by this Veigar. Sejuani is getting a little bit collapsed on. Does get snared. And now is going to be taken out by this Evelyn. Doesn't even use the ultimate just yet, but does get caught up onto the Zaya. And now the Tahm Kench is coming in for the pain train. He's got a dagger. I bet you he's going for a Gnasher's Tooth or something.
You know, it looks like it. He's got a bit of a garage sale of items there.
I mean, he could kind of afford to. It's 6-1.
Absolutely. Yeah, 7k gold on the Tahm Kench to the almost 4.5k gold on the Wukong. So yeah, he's got a sizable lead. Anarchy Navy start up the Drake here.
And they take it.
Yeah, no smite on the side of DD there because Sejuani got taken out pretty early on in that fight. Ocean Soul, I think either team would really take the Ocean Soul here, but DD's gonna need at least one of these to get back, to pull back this lead that Anarchy Navy's been able to establish early on. 3K.
I just think about this, and it's like, whenever I see a tank and Ocean Drake, I think, oh god, this Ocean is going to be so valuable for them. Nice E on that. Doesn't actually take that much damage. She doesn't have increased shielding, so that was just the raw shield. She isn't even maxing it yet. She's maxing the W.
Janna?
Yeah, the Janna. Janna.
Janna.
295.
Checking in on the items here. Bork is completed now for the Wukong, so that's going to be a nice little power spike from him, but don't know if he can dual Tom Kench just yet. Bilgewater Cutlass actually coming in for Tom Kench. Tom Kench is going to match the Bork. He's got the recurve bow as well.
Wait a minute. That's illegal.
Yeah, he is a melee, so he's gonna get that bonus 6%. I think it is the difference between ranged and melee. Runic Echo's complete on the Evelyn with Sork's shoes, so she's gonna be dealing a lot of DPS here. Looks like she's gonna be going for the Lichbane second. It's really strong on Evelyn, but with not a lot of AP, I think you probably just want to grab the Sheen and then build some AP.
Yeah, like Morello wouldn't be a bad idea.
Oh yeah.
A Banshee's Veil actually wouldn't be. Ooh, and the nice ultimate from the Sejuani does force the flash from Zyra. Yes, I am going to enunciate both of these champions' names because they forced me to.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice headshot onto the Zyra. Does actually get out of that ultimate. Tom Kench does get locked up by the baby cage. The baby cage does keep him around just a little bit. The Tom Kench actually flashes for the Veigar. Now the Sejuani is collapsed upon. And Wukong is trying to actually take out the Evelyn. Doesn't get her down. But it looks like the Veigar actually helps to take out the Tom Kench. And Tom Kench did enough damage with the Silas grabbing the Veigar ultimate to take down the Veigar.
Silas trades one back there, but I think if you can, you definitely want to disengage it there because it's a lost fight at that point. Trading the one kill back really doesn't do too much for you, and you lose a lot of map presence. Luckily, though, for Anarchy Navy, it doesn't really cost them anything. There's not a lot of objectives up on the map, but Cheeseblaze may pick up this turret in the bot lane.
No, he's not going to be able to. They've got at least one around here. Miss Evelyn. Oh, I didn't notice he had demolished. My bad. I apologize, folks. That's my bad. I didn't do my homework. It's okay. I didn't get my sleep either.
Bork is complete now for the Tom Kench, so he's, with this like almost full damage build besides the Bombies, Tom Kench is still really tanky.
Yeah,
let's see.
The thick skin is keeping him up at like 2,000-ish HP.
Yeah, he's got about 2k HP.
Yeah, he also he did take the grasp and he did proc that quite a bit throughout the laning phase. So this does stop the Rift Herald. No, it does not, and they are going to take out this second Rift Herald, I believe. Yes, that was the second Rift Herald. So no tower going down due to that one, but they are going to collapse onto this Veigar. The Veigar is going to be charmed by him. Does have to use the stopwatch. The Evelyn does get hit up, and now Janna drops. And now we're looking at a pretty decent siege from the side of Anarchy Navy.
Yeah,
Wukong is traveling up, but they are too little too late.
Yeah, they converge on this turret really well. Nice use of tempo there to get on top of that turret. And Cheeseblaze late to the party. Oh no, Cheeseblaze!
Cheeseblaze does get blown up immediately, and Silas stole the Janna ultimate to top everybody off, but the Zyra. And now the Tom Kench does ult to get to the Veigar. The Veigar's want to flash away, but he is going to get jumped on.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Cheeseblaze. So I will say though, Cheeseblaze, you knew that they were there, but you probably shouldn't have been face checking that brush, especially this close to a dragon. Your team definitely wants a team fight. Let ZZ Dog do any of the face checking that you guys feel like you need.
Yeah, because you're not a tank. You're not. You don't even have T2 boots yet.
Yeah, you're squishy. You're a squishy monkey, so definitely want to be following up and limiting the amount of face checking that you do. So looks like Evelyn does pick up the Sheen. Wukong working on the Black Cleaver and the Merc Treads. Oh, engages here.
Used his W to get closer, so he will not have that to continue chasing the Zyra.
In the mid lane, we got the Luden's Echo for the Silas with a 300 gold bounty on top to top it all off. Looks like he may be going for a Proto Belt.
Ooh, nice heavy net for the Caitlyn. The Caitlyn will try and use her ultimate, maybe? No, she does not actually use the ultimate. The Sejuani will chase down the Evelyn.
Yeah, Evelyn looking for a quick pick and engage and get out of jail free card with her ulti, but doesn't count on the Sejuani stun with the flash slowing her down to pick up that kill on ZZ Dog. Well played by him.
Yeah, she had her get out of jail card, but it wasn't for free.
Luden's Echo in the mid lane on the Silas to the Super Soaker on the Veigar, which Veigar is going the Glacial build as well, which is pretty effective on him because he can pick up quite a bit of AP just from the passive on his Q. So,
quick, without Googling or looking at the item, what is the Super Soaker's actual name?
Hextech GLP. I got it.
Hextech GLP 800.
Ah, I missed the 800. Alright. I'll have to lash myself later for that one, but
it's okay. You're not a mid laner, I'm not a mid laner.
Veigar does pick up the Sork Shoes and Oblivion Orb.
Oh, but does she walk with 100 HP? She's going to get bopped by this Syndra and gets boppeted. Now since Sejuani's like, wait a minute, I'm alone against a Zaya. Help! Help!
Yeah. This is probably the second or third time ZZ Dog has made his retreat towards the red base.
Veigar does teleport in.
Silas collapsing.
Silas is collapsing on the Veigar. Caitlyn is also wrapping around to the same area, but she does actually get away from him. And now Wukong is running back down. Janna is all alone down here. She's about to be collapsed upon by both Tahm Kench and the Evelyn. She recognizes that Tahm Kench is the big boy, so not going to even try to stay under this tower. The Evelyn does get her charm effect off onto the Janna, so they know that it's at least a 2v2. And this is not a 2v2 you want to take.
Absolutely not. So,
oh boy. Oh no. Oh, yeah, blah, blah. Okay, they're fine. They're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
You're good. You're good. So Zaya has the Essence Reaver and the BF Sword, with 2 daggers to go along with it to Caitlyn's Storm Razor and BF Sword. Almost a 40 CS lead for the Zaya.
Isn't that a Storm Razor effectively for the Zaya?
I think so. That's definitely probably what she's going to be building here. I don't know. I feel like IE is more efficient.
Yeah, like she has the attack speed steroid on herself, so she doesn't need that.
Right. But, you know, Storm Razor is a good item. It's really good for self-heal as well with the slow.
Oh, Silas does get caught out by 3. But now they're going to find the Tahm Kench. The Tahm Kench does not get locked up by the baby cage, and they are going to be able to pick off the free Silas kill and look to grab some control from this Drake.
Yeah,
and they kind of need to. It's an Ocean Soul point for the side of Anarchy Navy.
Absolutely. You know, they definitely, you know, good picks coming out here on the side of DD right before this Drake comes up. It looks like Silas will be back in time, though, to get onto the Drake. I do want to comment, though, Sejuani does so much damage.
Ooh, nice lockup. Does actually go straight for the Zyra, but then turns back on for the Evelyn. He couldn't tell if he wanted to go for one or the other, and he chose both of them, and that was bad.
Yikes, yeah, splitting your damage there is definitely not what you want to do. If you're going for that pick, you definitely just want to take out...
Oh, he didn't get his Q off, but it does actually end up taking down the Zyra still in the end. The Sejuani is getting beat up by this Tahm Kench, and the Tahm Kench is going to take down the Sejuani. Sejuani does get the gargoyles off and does go the Janna. Xayah does have to peel away from this Wukong, does actually get her R off. Caitlyn goes down to the Tahm Kench and Sylas, and with that, only the Wukong remains. And now, dashing onto this trap for both of them. Wukong is the only one alive, and he's the only one that can even try to get this Drake.
Yeah,
but he is not going to be able to get away from this one.
Yeah,
now,
unfortunately,
Sylas takes R, is looking to try to get to Wukong, but doesn't, just barely.
Wow, yeah, so the end result of that really chaotic fight is going to be the Ocean Soul on the side of Anarchy Navy. Really strong soul, especially for this Tahm Kench, who's already huge. Sylas obviously is going to love that, and it's not going to be too bad on the Xayah either. So Xayah ends up going with the Phantom Dancer instead of the Stormrazor, and now she's building into that.
Oh no!
Edge, it looks like.
Oh no! They found him.
Yeah, Cheeseblaze does go
doesn't
down.
have her R either, so they're just gonna have to walk away from this because that's. Oh, the slows onto the Zyra, looking to get her just a little bit more damage. The Ocean Drake is trying to keep her topped off, but it does not, and they will take out the Zyra. Sylas does try to be a little cheeky with his parkour over there. Janna just a little too quick with that speed boosting.
Yeah, so I think it's really smart here on the Xayah to pick up this Phantom Dancer. It really allows, like, Xayah has identified that she's probably going to be dueling either Wukong or Sejuani, and Sejuani has a surprising amount of damage output. Oh, looking at the Tahm Kench here.
Yeah, they are trying to collapse onto him. Sej still has her R, but they're going to have to time this right. They don't have any shield bashing, but he does go down very, very low. They do actually take out the Tahm Kench, but now no gargoyles proc, and down goes both the Sejuani and the Caitlyn. But Wukong does pick up one in the backside on the Evelynn. They are going to be looking for another fight. Xayah still has her ultimate, does use it, and does actually get to use it onto both, but doesn't actually get to kill either of them. And now they actually managed to take down the side list. And with that, effectively, they take down everybody. The Zyra just respawned.
Yeah, so that was a 5 for 3 on the side of DD there, in favor of DD rather there. You know, it started out looking really good for Anarchy Navy. Tahm Kench able to survive a lot of punishment from the Sejuani and Caitlyn, just long enough for Zyra and Evelynn to show up. But ultimately, DD turned that fight around.
You mean Xayah.
Xayah, yes. Which one was it? Plant lady or bird lady?
Yes.
Yes. So checking in on items here, we've got the Leandri's Torment coming in for the Zyra. Xayah really close to the IE.
I actually don't agree with that. I would have rather gone for the Rylai's. Just because, like, you want to provide that little bit of utility, because your team doesn't have the best engagement tools. They kind of have to just keep running at the enemy team.
So that utility is huge, but because Zyra does have a good amount of CC, she's able to get that bonus HP damage, so maybe she was just looking to help shred the Sejuani.
Oh no, the Sejuani was greeting for that pink ward so much, does get the gargoyles off, but it's too little too late. It's going to be going down to the Zyra.
Yeah, good pick here by Anarchy Navy. ZZ Dog just a little overextended there without his team. Not really sure. Maybe a miscommunication there. Maybe he thought his team was a little bit closer than they were.
The Sylas. The Sylas uses the Sejuani ultimate and evaporates the Caitlyn. Does jump into the cage again, and Vhagar does try to get his R up, but it doesn't quite do it because of the Kingslayer. They do end up taking him down, but now on the backside as well, Wukong tried to do what damage he could, but it was too little too late, and now Janna is running for the hills.
Yeah, so DD trying to do their best to salvage out of a bad situation, but in that situation, I think you just got to give up the Baron. You know, without your Sejuani, you don't have your front line, you don't have your Smite. There's really not a lot you can do to contest this. I think you just got to get Wukong into the side lane, try to trade something back. But with this 7k gold lead and Baron buff, Anarchy Navy are looking to close this game out.
Now,
Pick up the inhib.
yeah, they do pick up the inhib. Tahm Kench does leap with the Evelynn over to the top lane.
Rotating to try to pick up another turret on the way out. A little risky, but they get it for free here. They see a lot of DD in the mid lane, so they know they're safe.
And they had the Baron recall, so they're able to get out, no problem.
Exactly. Elder Drake spawning in a minute here. I think if you're DD, you got to get out here and get this vision down. Strom, you're on the wrong side of the map. That Baron's gone. This vision doesn't matter at this point. Now it's a little bit too late here. See, they had the tempo advantage there to get to that Drake and get some early wards down. At least some shallow wards to help you get a little closer. Would be nice. You know, help make your approach a little safer. So now they're looking at face checks. Cheeseblaze, it's not your job to face check, bud. It's a little risky here. You're super isolated.
Just because we're in a little bit of a lull, waiting for this dragon fight to start. Does pick up the Wukong ultimate. Complete overreaction here. Drago is the best top lane Tahm Kench in Seal this season.
Say that one more time.
Oh, complete overreaction. Drago is the best Tahm Kench top lane in Seal this season.
Well, I mean, the full damage Bruiser Tahm Kench build here, coming in strong for Anarchy Navy. He's got 3k HP with, you know, 2 damage items.
But he has 2 tank items.
Fair enough. At least 1.5.
Well, 2. Well, half from Titanic, half from Spectre.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, the Wukong ultimate, and he can still use all of his other abilities because it's not a Wukong, which does take down the Silas, and now the Sejuani does get taken down in the dragon fight. Now Wukong is trying to fight what they can, but now the dragon is going to evaporate people.
Yeah. When
and
Anarchy
down
Navy
goes
picks up
Caitlyn,
that...
and down goes Vhagar. And with that, that'll be a full 5-man, and who's going to take it in? And it is Xayah.
Yeah, so as soon as any team picks up the Elder Drake, you want to get the heck out of dodge. There's no way you win that team fight, especially when you're down this much gold. Anarchy Navy closed this one out. I think they secured all the objectives and only lost 2 towers in the whole game. Really well played from them.
Yeah, they got both rifts. Yeah, they did. Yep.
Incredible. Really well played. Great coordination coming out of Anarchy Navy there to close that game out with a 10k plus gold lead sustained through most of the game.
Yeah, and with that, they do pick up the 2-0, and that puts them at a 3-1 record. I believe that, no spoilers, but it does put them in the standings for one of the top teams in the Shuriman League. So congratulations to them. I don't want to spoil any other future games for the week 2 because there are quite a number of games to be had. So with that, congratulations to them. Currently, because we haven't streamed them yet, they are the first team just due to the fact that they have 3 points to anybody else's 2 points.
Yep, absolutely. Looking to, you know, get a strong start here. 3-1 is huge for any team coming into the league, so well played.
Yep. All right, with that, we are going to go to a short commercial break. We will be back in just a couple of minutes for our next series. Mr. Producer, could you tell me what that series is? Because I always forget. It is GWho versus Kamikaze Penguins. So don't go anywhere. According to Mansford, they will be having to split 1-1 as is tradition since last season. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Casual Esports Amateur League Week 2. I am Ansem571,
And I'm CCK Roscoe.
and this is GWho versus Kamikaze Penguins. For those of you who don't know, Kamikaze Penguins has been around since Season 0 with previously Tribunal member Mansford. He has been around for quite a while and has made its playoffs every season, even going so far as last season to go and split 1-1 against every match they played.
So a very scrappy team out of the Kamikaze Penguins, at least last season.
Yep. Yeah. Even in playoffs against what was our Shien Samurais was my team. Even in the playoffs for best of 3, we still had to split 1-1, and then we won game 3. But so GWho is a newer team. I don't know much about them actually.
Yeah, not recognizing any of the names here.
Oh, this was one of those late signups. So they're a completely fresh team. So it's interesting to see how well they'll do and what kind of team they will show up to be.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we can go into looking at the draft, Mr. Producer's son.
All right. So looking at the Game 1 draft here, we have a very, very strong team fight comp at a GWho, and what appears to be a pick comp coming out of the Kamikaze Penguins. Big team fight AoE abilities on GWho. They got the Curse of Sad Mummy, the Ornhorn with the Morgana alt. So if you're Kamikaze Penguins and you see this draft, you're definitely wanting to try to split this team up, keep them from fighting as 5 as much as possible, whereas Kamikaze Penguins wants to catch them in rotations to fights. Looking for those picks, especially on the Syndra or the Ezreal where you can get them, and using that to convert into objectives.
Yeah, and then from the side of KP, we actually see Pike, and I believe that's going to go mid lane, and I do not agree with that.
Yeah, Pike in the solo lane, it's a tough lane. He can't really CS, so if Manzaferg is playing the Pike, he's gonna want to farm champions this game as much as
Yeah,
possible.
like it's going to be interesting, and you have to deal with 2 tanks.
Yeah,
No, thank you. Um, and
yeah,
that's just me. But I don't really have much else to say. I just want to see what this kind of game sets us up to be. Mr.
absolutely.
Producer, take us on into the game.
All right, so yeah, it is Manzaferg on the Pike here. It's gonna be interesting to watch him, try to get his gold from farming champions. 5-stack coming out of KP as well, going into the bot lane.
Zyra's a little slow on that one. Probably didn't get all of her stuff that she wanted. She did actually take the route first. So we're going to see how this goes here.
Yeah, aggressive start. They're taking a really wide route here.
Yeah, no, like this actually is the best one just because you can't see anything.
Great hook by
Oh, they do
Manzaferg.
actually get the hook. Does get the flash, and the W from Ashe does slow him down, but they choose not to continue.
Yeah, they'll take that flash. That's a great trade for them. They lose absolutely nothing for it. They might, if GWho might be able to get a ward here on the red side.
Yeah, yeah,
But
they're
that's
getting at the transition bush.
a small consolation prize for them. It's good heads up play on them though to trade something back. You definitely don't want to just give up that flash for free.
Agreed.
Oh, why so
Oh,
serious?
but now they're going to get why so serious. He does get a little bit of damage off on them. Oh my god, that does so much damage. They're going for it. Yeah, that's a kill. Great.
Oh, just barely ticking up here.
Mansberg with the Q. Oh, he just pressed it too quickly. He thought that he got it too. Oh,
Wow.
that's a tilter. And Syndra didn't even use her flash. She believed, she did the calculations. She did the math.
Either that or Why So Serious is just thinking, I'm dead here. There's no way I'm burning my flash. Very greedy from Why So Serious, but it pays off. He doesn't have to burn the flash.
Yeah, Hail of Blaze as well does do a bit of damage onto Mansford. And now now he's going to
Oh, boy.
retaliate and does take him down.
There you
And
go.
the minions are taking him down. The level up does keep him alive ever so much. Ah, you hate to see it.
Yes, really well played by Why So Serious there. You know, knowing exactly what kind of damage he can output after landing that Q, knowing that he can flash in there, get the ignite, and kill the Pike.
Yeah, that was a bit of unluck and a little bit of greed from Mansford.
Oh boy. So some interesting names on the side of GWho here. I'm realizing.
Yeah,
I don't know that I can say these on stream.
Yeah, some of their names have changed.
Okay.
But for now, yeah, we just say the champion name.
We'll refer to the champions here.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So Mordekaiser losing out in the CS battle here to the Ornn. So Ornn does have a lot of lane kill pressure, I'll say, with the brittle procs. If he can stack those up cleanly with the combo. Oh,
Nice aftershock. Electrocute. And Mansberg is not having the best of times here. He's hurting.
yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, the Mordekaiser is a good matchup into the Ornn, but you really gotta wait till you hit that level 3 before you can really contest the push. So, great job by ATX here to recognize that and concede lane priority
Malphite and Pike are roaming bottom lane.
Oh, this is a big roam. Ezreal no flash, so
Does burn the heal as well, and that'll be a kill for the side of KP.
yeah, so well played by KP there to capitalize on that early advantage that they knew they had by getting Ezreal to flash early. Great re-up on their part to follow up on that and make sure that they get something out of that.
Yeah, he doesn't even get the tier, he only got the components, so this is a really bad situation for the Ezreal.
Yeah, he's set quite a ways back by that. Luckily, the CS is mostly equal. So he'll still be able to farm safely, but yeah, it's going to slow down his power
Ooh, the
spike.
Malphite gets that scuttle. But mid lane is hurting pretty badly. He needs help. And he misses the Q as well, so now he's just going to be taking a bunch of damage on this Syndra for free almost.
Wow. Yeah, so 20 CS lead for the Syndra early on here. That's going to really hurt. Manzafurg, at this point, you pretty much just got to sit back, soak up some XP, wait till you get that level 6, and start your farming champion spree.
I feel like he kind of greeded a little bit with his rune set. So he took Presence of Mind and Legend of Tenacity. So he went for the Precision Tree. I think it would have been better for him to go for the Resolve Tree, get the increased recovery, second wind, and the increased regeneration of healing.
Absolutely,
The 5 to 10%, because that just like synergizes so well with his own passive.
Absolutely,
that makes
the
it
great
that way
help.
he can sustain. Yeah, because then here he wouldn't actually be in as much pain. Like, sure, the Halo Blades, okay, fine, sure, you can go for that because that does a lot of damage. But you not having that access to your sustain means that you just sit and just take it.
Absolutely. So, Ornn's still doing a great job of maintaining priority up here in the top lane. He's got a 15 CS lead on the Mordekaiser with just about
and a level advantage.
Yeah, just about a wave here for him to catch. So, Ornn might be looking for
nice
an all-in
stun
here.
onto the... Ooh, nice jump onto the silent.
Wow.
But does actually pick up with the Ignite and the R. Press R to win, Syndra. Yeah, that's why that right there is pretty much why I played her to get to Platinum. Like, it's just a very easy champion to play. It does a lot of damage, it has high priority, and it beats up on a lot of solo lane Esports in mid lane.
Yeah, it's another safe one too that you can also swap to the bot lane if needed. You know, if you're lacking some AP and you haven't picked your ADC yet, you know, Syndra's a good choice down there. She's really safe. She has a lot of range. I believe her Q outranges most ADC's auto attacks. So
Yeah, it's 600 range, I believe.
yeah, so you know that's a really good pick into like a Vayne or something like that. That has really short attack range.
Yeah, plus the explosion itself is just a little bit like 50, I would say.
Okay, so even more range.
Well, from the center, so it's like 625 effective.
Sure.
Range.
Oh, gank here on the Ornn.
Ult him in. Oh no, he didn't ult the Ornn. If he had ulted the Ornn, it would have stopped the Ornn horn from even showing up in the depth realm. Oh.
Yeah, it sounded like he was casting it, but just got blown up before it could fully channel.
So very unfortunate for him.
Amumu's looking bot lane for some pressure, trying to trade something back for that gank top. Nothing doing though. This Ashe Zyra combo has got a lot of priority.
Oh, it's looking. He's looking. He didn't get the flash.
Yeah, the flash from the Syndra keeps him safe. Early items
again. The Malphite is still not 6 yet. He does flash for him, and he does help to take down this Amumu, or this the Syndra. The Amumu is trying to get onto the Pyke. The Amumu does flash. He doesn't have his ultimate yet, and now the Morgana's up top, up to here as well.
Yeah, Pyke's really slippery and really heads up play there by Archangel. I don't know if you noticed it, but he smited a minion there to pick up 6 right there. So he could grab his ultimate if needed. Yeah, really well played by him.
That's the forehead play.
Yeah, this Archangel just playing out of his mind. Ooh, I wonder.
Mordekaiser just went for a Kindle gem. Is he going for a?
Must be Protobelt.
Protobelts?
I guess it could be. It could be Spirit Visage. So both items are really good on Mordekaiser, but you really want to get some damage early on.
I would rather go for like Leander. Like, so I usually am an advocate to go for the Rylai's just because of the utility it provides.
Sure.
But the fact that you're against an Ornn who is going adaptive, he's not going to go for adaptive helm. So you can afford to go for the Leandries, especially since he's going to be on top of you.
Yeah.
So you're just going to be proccing that over and over and over again, and it just evaporates its health at that point.
Absolutely. At the very least, you want to grab that haunting guy.
Oh no, Mordekaiser's caught. He's in the wrong place.
Yeah, that's not your base, bud. You're shooting the wrong way.
He's gonna flash, but he's not. He's unsure. He just. Oh god, he doesn't.
He's got the ulti. Maybe he can just grab a Mumu here and.
Yeah, but it's too late. The Syndra actually picked up.
With Conqueror, he might be able to sustain this. Although that bandage
doesn't have his W. Oh, the bandage toss does collapse onto Man's Fur, and that will be the death from above.
Yeah, Manzafur trying to see his top laner out of that sticky situation, is not able to get out himself, and it's a 2-0. But KP is able to trade the Drake. Horn.
Oh, he misses it. He didn't get the R. And Malphite collapsed onto that. But then the Syndra returns fire.
Yeah, huge ult by ATX, but unfortunately gets killed himself.
Oh no, Mordekaiser, this is not the TP you wanted.
Yeah, you don't have the ultimate, but there's no way you survive this here.
Yeah, this is where you use your E to push them away from you.
Yep. Oh no.
Oh no. They're still going. Mansford, you're oh no.
Yeah, really pushing their luck here on some of these trades. You know, the drag, they got the drag.
They got the drag.
If you're KP, you just need to leave at that point.
Malphite even got the Amumu, and it's like, okay, cool.
Consolation, you know, additional little perk there. But yeah, after that, GWho's just able to clean up the team fight. That, you know, if you're KP, you just got to get out. You got the drag. You got what you came for.
Yeah, and Malphite actually went for the Runic Echoes, so he's going to be going AP this game.
Interesting. You know, honestly, I always feel like Tank Malphite does more damage than AP Malphite.
It does. It feels like it because it's the one and done shot with the AP Malphite, but with the tank Malphite, it's like, okay, well, he's on me. I can't get him off me because he has 5,000 HP
Exactly.
and 400 armor. As an 80 carry, what do I do?
Exactly. So maybe Archangel is thinking here that, well, they really only have the Mordekaiser and the Zyra for magic damage, so maybe he's feeling like he needs to bring some more damage to the table. But again, I really think Tank Malphite just does enough damage and is tanky enough that he could afford to go tank this game.
For those of you who remember, just a month ago, in the EU playoffs, GWho top lane was playing Malphite, and he played a tank. And every time he would jump onto the 80 carry, he would just spam his mastery and and just run him down. It's like you literally can't stop this.
Absolutely.
It's a tank that does an obscene amount of damage to an 80 carry, and you're just like, what do I do? It's just killing me.
Yeah, also Malphite, oh, gank on the top lane here.
Does get the flash out of the Ornn, makes it a little less safe, but it's still an Ornn. You definitely don't want to tower dive that thing.
Absolutely not. Yeah, he's got a lot of safety, especially with the Ornhorn up. All right, checking in on items here. Abyssal Mask is finished for the Ornn.
They do drop the Rift Herald in.
Amumu and Cinder are wrapping around for the dive here.
I apologize to the viewers, I am a little tired. They do actually not land it onto Zyra, but they do collapse onto the Ashe, and Syndra collects both.
That's a big 8-kill Syndra with 600 gold bounty.
Oh, and the Malphite jumps onto both, does collect both. Morgana is going to fall down to him, and now it's just the Syndra left.
Wow, triple kill for the Malphite. So that right there is why you play the AP Malphite. Gonna absolutely blow up anybody that doesn't have any tank stats.
Does collect on that. Pyke didn't get the execute, but 4 kills for Malphite, that's pretty good.
Yeah, unofficial quadra. So yeah, we got a 6-1 Malphite and a 9-2 Syndra.
Who can carry harder? Well, it's easier for the Syndra, but Malphite can definitely do more damage in a quick one done.
Definitely. So actually, it looks like Malphite picks up the Abyssal Mask for himself. Amumu's going to be building that as well. He's got the Bombi Cinder. Hasn't finished his jungle item yet, but he's got Ninja Tabis. Boots one on the Malphite with a Sapphire Crystal. Yomu's Ghostblade completed for Manzafirg on the Pyke, but he has no boots yet. Compared to the Hextech GLP 800, Oblivion Orb, and Blasting Wand with Sork Shoes on the Syndra. This Syndra is huge.
Pyke doesn't even have boots yet.
Yeah.
He's relying on the passive from Ghostblade just to give him some out of combat movement speed.
Yeah, it's gonna help you get to lane, but once you get there, it's really not doing much for you.
Nice, but Syndra's a little strong at this point. Malphite's looking to go in. Malphite does get the R, but
it's just short.
And now he's going to be collapsed upon, and he is going to go down. The Ezreal ultimate does miss. Malphite is trying to get the Syndra, and just one clap away, and couldn't get it.
Wow, Ornn's got a 2-level lead on the Mordekaiser here. Mordekaiser will still win those extended trades, but Ornn's doing a lot of damage.
And these quicker trades that Ornn has been taking just long enough to get a grass proc has been working out really well for him.
Absolutely, he's got a 25 CS lead built up in the top lane there. 50 CS lead in the middle.
Ornn is just going for it.
Yeah, that brittle proc, he's gone. Yep. The brittle's probably going to be doing at more than 100 damage at this point. I mean, this is a big Ornn.
Yeah, he maxed it too, so it does 14.7% of max.
Let's see, and Mordekaiser has, do some quick math here. If I can click on him. Oh, I can't look at his HP because he's dead. But he does finish the hunting, guys.
Yeah, so the fire itself does 16%. of their max, and then the actual brittle. Oh dear Lord, Jesus. And now everybody's dying. The Ashes go down too. Now, the Mordekaiser doesn't even think that he should teleport, and he shouldn't. Everybody else is dead.
Yeah, that was so well played by PE there, baiting them in, trusting his team to get there in time to keep him alive, and then they absolutely turn it in the choke point. Syndra's gonna love that little spot right there. She gets really easy stuns landed there, and that's all she wrote for most of KP.
Yes, Syndra loves it, Ornn loves it, Ez loves it, Amumu loves it.
Oh yeah.
All of their champions really love those little choke points for them.
Yeah, GWho's definitely gonna want to keep fighting in these choke points. So checking in on the gold, 8k gold lead on the side of GWho, and it's 20-7 in kills. You got 04 Mordekaiser.
Pike is still looking for it. He doesn't even have boots, but he's still charging anyways.
Yeah, 07 on the Pike in the mid lane, 03 on the Ashe in the bot lane. It's a bit of a rout, honestly.
04 in the top lane.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the mid lane on the side of GWho, you got 13 and 2 Syndra with another 500 gold bounty. 304 on the Ornn.
He's now here's the $1 million question: is that Needless going to go for a Rabadon's or a Spellbinder?
Yeah, I think if you're the Syndra, you just go for the death cap. Why not? You don't have a ton of AP right now, but if you got the gold for it, why not? You're so ahead at this point that it's not going to hurt you. Yeah, maybe it's a little inefficient because you don't have a ton of AP, but
yeah. So she has 30% CDR right now because she went for Transcendence. Ooh, just barely misses on the Zyra.
Yeah, PE's been landing a lot of those max range bandage tosses, so just feeling himself there a little bit, thinking he can definitely get another one.
Now this is the part of the game where they're just limit testing because we're so far ahead. Let's just see if we can land these things. Zyra does get hit up by this Amumu, trying to dodge the bandage toss. Actually gets it onto the Ashe, and now the Ashe suffers for her sins. Pike also ends up using his ultimate, but doesn't get the kill. The Malphite does take down the Syndra, and that will be all she wrote for this Malphite in just a few more moments.
Ooh. Yeah, these skirmishes have really not been going the way of KP. I think they really just need to try to get together, get a solid Malphite ult, and try to turn the fight in that way, but at this point, with how far ahead GWho is, I don't know that you can really team fight.
Yeah, like you need high burst at this point, and really the only one that can actually afford to do that is the Malphite.
Yeah.
They do get the Ashe arrow onto the Ornn. The Ornn has to flash away. They're trying to catch onto him.
I don't think he gets out here. Turns the horn.
And
Mordekaiser ults him.
And Mordekaiser does ult him, so he can't get out of this one. He is done.
That's a big shutdown for the Mord.
It is over. Everybody has died this game. Ornn was the last one. Oh no, Malphite, now you're going to get...
You're so caught.
He doesn't have his ult yet. He was trying to dodge just a little bit. And I would say that that is a Baron, but it looks like they're going to actually reset on GWho.
Wow, so 10k gold lead now built up for the on the side of GWho. Checking in on items.
Mansford has boots. He got boots, boys.
Mansford has picked up the boots, dropped a 300 gold investment to get that movement speed. Syndra is actually going for the death cap. Got the double needlessly large now. Still just a ghost blade on the side of Pike.
Oh, Lord of Jesus.
Yeah. Zyra's caught out there.
Yeah. So Zyra went for two different components at the same time, where she had she looked like she was starting to go for the Zonias, but then swapped to go for these Leandries.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with either of those. I think the Rylai's would have been the best choice. Yes, I'm making that point again for her. Malphite goes in, but doesn't secure the smite. Went down to 84 is what I saw, and evaporates the all three of them with the help of the Ezreal picking up 2.
Yeah, so KP, you really can't contest that objective. You really just got to give this one up, especially because Mordekaiser's in the mid lane, and Zyra was sent back to base by GWho. They did pick her off, so
Through death.
yeah, that objective is just a lost cause. You definitely don't want to be fighting over that one. You're really just giving over kills at this point.
Yeah, like maybe the Malphite goes in, maybe he steals it. But then again, GWho, like, they could have gone for the Baron. They had 3 down and they knew where the Zyra was, so they could have gone for it, but they chose not to. Ash Arrow does land onto the Ezreal, but nothing is going to happen. Syndra walks on top of the Ezreal, so the Morg shield goes onto her.
Yeah, like
Pyke is looking for this Syndra, and they do actually pick her up. Pyke does with the ultimate though, does not get a reset for it. Now Morgana goes for the flash Q and does land it. Does land the second knockup onto the Malphite. Malphite charges into this Ezreal and ever so barely doesn't land it.
Oh boy. Yeah, so I will say that Ash Arrow there was exactly what KP was looking for initially with their comp.
And then there's the binding onto the
oh boy.
Pyke. The Pyke is going to go down with that smite onto him. Amumu, wrong angle, buddy.
Yeah, and you're running right into a tower there.
And that gave Ash some bounty gold. That's good for her. Too little, too late. Mordekaiser ult's a little bit early.
He's got the boundaries finished. You should be able to solo this out. Yeah, they do drop the Ornn. So Mordekaiser is coming online here, but
like, how good is that really? Thinking about it.
Hurt. Oh boy. So
yeah, the shield. Oh god. the pool got the Ashe on that one with the help of the super minion.
So this Ashe Arrow is the win condition, but in that situation, when the black shield goes on, you have to disengage, unfortunately. Because there's really no way to follow that up.
The Ezreal, they do pick him up. Pyke finally gets an ultimate off onto
nice.
Enemy team, picks it up, and now is looking to get it onto the Syndra as well. They're trying to drop her, and they do! And there is still for this Pyke.
Alright, 24 minutes in, Manzafurg is able to start farming champions. A little behind the curve, he's down 75 CS, 6k gold difference in the mid lane.
2 kills and 10 deaths. Could be better, but, you know, could be worse. It could be worse.
Absolutely. Looks like he's going for the Edge of Night. Does pick it up. So, checking in on items there, Syndra with 17 kills, has the death cap, Morello's, GLP, and she's going for Zonia's.
So, I have a couple of gripes with KP's team for their item choices. Number 1, for Pyke, he should actually be going for Umbral Glaive. I mean, I guess it works for the for that. Mordekaiser doesn't have his ultimate. He's going to be he doesn't get the ultimate off, but he does still take down the Mordekaiser, and now they're returning fire. So the Umbral Glaive would help the Pyke in being able to just clear out any and all vision that they have, especially with the pink
flakes. Yeah.
Gripe number 2, Zyra still does not have a sweeper.
Oh wow.
Like, her item is fully upgraded for her Sightstone item, I think. Yeah, it is fully upgraded. Yep. So, you don't have that. That's a problem. If I was on this team just as a sub, I would be yelling at the Zyra. It's like, Zyra! Swap your goddamn trinket! But Malphite does ult onto the Syndra and the Ezreal. The Ezreal was able to arcane shift out and is looking to try to maybe look for an arc into him, but he doesn't even need to. The E will actually pick up the kill from him.
Yep, the auto target of the arcane shift does pick up the Malphite. Yeah, so Syndra looking to close in on the Zonia's next for the pickup, 4th item.
Who does get the Amumu R onto both Zyra and the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is going to be having to run away from both of them. Amumu is going to collapse onto him, and down he goes. And Manzafurg has just been sitting in this bush during that entire time. He's just going like, goddamn guys. like you can hear it in his voice. Just I'm the one that's supposed to be feeding, not everybody.
One interesting thing that did come out of that little exchange there. Oh, Malphite ult again.
Ooh, does get the ultimate onto the Syndra. The Syndra does go down. Now Pyke is going to be ran down by this Amumu. And Amumu does pick up that Infernal Drake, and now they're at soul point for triple Infernal. But they may not even need it with 4 down for the side of KP.
Yeah, so looking at the scoreboard here, it is 42 kills to 19.
Eek.
Yeah, this is a...
You would expect that from like a football game.
Yeah.
The American football game.
Yeah, this is a mountain that KP is going to have to climb to come back, claw their way back into this one.
I think you just go, okay, game 2. Because I don't think that this is one that you come back from. Especially when Mordekaiser can't duel an AD carry either.
Oh, yeah, Ezreal actually level 15 to...
14 and 3, geez.
Yeah, so that's probably going to be game, honestly. They've got enough of a push here that they can just end it.
They do pick up Amumu down there. Flash from the Ezreal.
Wow,
that was a home guard Malphite, so that was like 2500 speed for his ultimate.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Malphites its movement speed is like 1800 movement speed, plus whatever his actual movement speed is.
Right. Oh boy. So, yeah, a lot of really desperation plays coming out of these. Oh my.
And and down goes the Mordekaiser, is looking to be going down. The Morgana did flash in to make sure that she could get just enough damage for the Ezreal. And with that, they're looking to end.
Was that just a Q that one-shot the Zyra?
The QE.
Okay, so 2 spells, not even a full rotation is enough to kill Zyra at this
Pyke
point.
does pick up the Ornn. Now he's trying to see if he can find anybody else. They are taking a lot of damage. He is going to try to go onto the Ezreal, but did not land as the Ezreal Arcane shifted out.
Oh, this AD Curry playing out of his mind here, honestly, getting some really clean reaction times. He dodges the Ashe ult, he dodges the Malphite ult, he dodges the Pyke ult.
I think the Pyke ult was just a happenstance one.
Sure, he's just trying to get out of there, but...
Yeah, but still, like, credit where credit is due, he did dodge it.
Yeah.
Amumu tries to land onto the Zyra, but he doesn't even have to. He's just going to land onto everybody else. And down goes Mordekaiser, down goes Ashe, and it looks like Malphite is soon to follow. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but it doesn't matter. This game goes to the side of GWho.
Yeah, final scoreline there, 50 kills to 21. Quite the bloodbath. KP's got to go back to the drawing board with some of these comps. You know, I think they knew what they wanted to do with this comp, but it just never came online.
Alright, I am going to take a short break from this because I am in need of some H2O.
Right on.
We will be back in just a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Hello everybody and welcome back. I have gotten my water and we are ready for game 2 of this series.
Let's do it.
Kamikaze Penguins, they got to change up a couple of things here and there. Definitely the not funneling one in after the other part, and maybe a better solo laner for Mansford. And it looks like, according to the pro draft, they did do just that. They picked up Corki, one of his top champions in existence.
Yeah, it's well known in the league that Manzafurg is, well, not necessarily a two-trick, but he's got two mains, and it's Corki and the Silas. With the Silas banned, he does pick up the Corki. So looking for him to give us the Corki clinic this game.
Yeah, and personally, I feel like Corki is as a just as a pure champion standpoint is a better champion than Silas when you're asking for Mansford to carry.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Corki definitely has scaling on his side. Not to say that Silas doesn't scale, but Corki is an infamous scaling champion, so...
Yeah, and inside of GWho, we get yet another team fight brawling team. We don't have a lot of AP on the side. They do have the Elise as their only real source of magic damage. They're looking for the Talon to bully the bottom lane Draven Yuumi as much as he can, so that way they don't have to worry about the fact that they don't have magic damage.
Definitely. I'm actually liking a pick win condition on the side of GWho. You know, they've got the Elise stun, they've got the Talon who can, you know, parkour his way across the map.
The Nautilus
hooks, and Zaya's really self-sufficient in team fights, so if they can, you know, get a couple of picks early on in the fight, maybe blow up one or two characters. But I mean, if you look on the side of KP, Draven's pretty much the only option for that. You know, Corki's pretty safe with his Valkyrie, and Yuumi is probably going to be able to sustain Draven, so they're going to have a hard time finding picks on the side of GWho.
Yeah, so I would just like to see what are they going to change about their team, because with the Rammus, that is one of Archangel's more pocket picks, along with the Amumu and the Zac, actually. So we're going to see how he performs with the Rammus actually being a good pick, but the fact that they picked it first, and then they still got 3 AD champions to go against it.
Yeah.
That's something went wrong on GWho's draft.
Yeah, GWho does unfortunately stumble into that.
And it wasn't like a gotcha moment either. So
No.
they chose this. So maybe it'll come back to bite them. We'll have to see. But Mr. Producer, let's go ahead, get into this game. Let's see who wins this. In the chat, let's see who do you think is going to win this, KP or GWho? All right, and with that, it looks like that GWho is going to be doing a line of scrimmage. KP also looking to do the same. Well, 4 points, seeing as it's Yuumi, and Yuumi never likes being away from her partner.
Right. Ooh, Hextech Rammus coming out for Archangel. I've never seen that skin in game. It looks
Yeah, I've seen the Full Metal Rammus. I've seen the Bowser Rammus. That one's, for those of you who don't know, the Bowser Rammus actually came out because of people who played back in the beta and season 1.
early sweeper from PE does pick up that word. Good predict on them to know. Maybe they've done some advanced scouting here to see that, or maybe it's just a pretty common word spot, but good heads up play by them. Pretty standard starts here. Actually, Archangel's going to start a leashless Raptors here.
Yeah, the W proc for him is actually going to be able to retaliate a lot of damage.
Yeah, that should be a pretty quick clear for him. Yeah, Rammus does effectively clear those AoE camps. That's a really good point.
Yeah, so down it goes, and it's already almost gone. And he still is pretty healthy too.
Yeah, hard leash for the Evelyn, but she still takes that camp a little slower than the Rammus does. So Rammus moving, I guess they both move on to camp 2 here.
Rammus actually takes his Q instead of his E, which I think is a misplay. The E increases his own attack speed as well as the damage of his W.
Very
Because
true.
it reduces the armor.
Yeah, very. It's really just a trade of like, you know, getting to your camps faster versus clearing them faster. So it looks like he is behind in tempo now because Elise is onto the wolves, but we'll see if he can make up for it with the movement speed boost from his Q.
Yeah, Talon getting out some vision, trying to see if he can get anything cheeky against this Rammus. Rammus is down 1 camp effectively to this Elise. She's already working on her 4th.
Yeah, it looks like all 3 lanes off to an early CS lead on the side of GWho. Big prio in the bot lane. Obviously, Yuumi doesn't bring a ton to the table super early as far as contesting the wave. She's more of a poke champion, but
Yeah, and with Draven, you kind of like to have that like high engagement type of champion, like Leona, Nautilus, Alistar even, just because you want it to be like that front line for Draven, so that way he can just punish him. Is going to flash and is going to get the taunt off onto the set. The set is trying to run away. The Elise is catching up. It's almost there. Does get the stun onto the Maokai. The Maokai is going to use his W to try to reset some of the damage, and is going to look to take down the set, but no, the set's regeneration and the Conqueror stacks are going to keep him alive.
Yeah, between the Heart of the Half Beast passive on the set and Conqueror, yeah, he doesn't die. Archangel, seeing that the Haymaker went down pretty early, thought maybe he could pick him off and get out of dodge, but they're able to turn on him because ATX just gets out of there. So double buffs going onto the set, and already in a lane where he's pretty dominant. Maokai doesn't really come online until he starts to get either half an item or at least level 6, so he's going to be suffering in this lane.
And he went Aftershock, so he's not going to get any value out of going for Bammies early, other than, you know, the raw health part of it.
Well, actually, he can proc that passive early on with his both his Q and his W. So.
Well, so by that I mean you go with the Bammies with Grasp, so you can easily proc it very, very quickly.
Oh, sure.
Without the Bammies, or rather without the Grasp, you don't proc anything. Oh no!
Archangel
doesn't have Flash. He has Ghost of all summoner spells. The Nautilus does use his E. Or
Yuumi
Flash.
coming with the healing.
Yuumi is trying to heal this Rammus as much as he can, but couldn't heal him enough.
Wow.
And now
really?
the Xayah is going to be just super far ahead now too. So.
Yeah. Xayah.
That is trying to just tower dive this Maokai and looking to get that, and he doesn't get that last tower shot off.
Wow. GWho putting on a clinic on how to tower dive here. Let's see if they can pull it off again in the bot lane. Oh, they don't really juggle effectively,
and down goes Xayah.
Oh, but she's executed, so
still
a 1-for-1. Nautilus picks up the plate consolation prize, so
supplies.
It's going for a second plate. A little greedy here, but
that kind of just reminds me of in college I had this this teacher. He couldn't say the word surprise. He would always say it as supplies.
That will do it. Early items coming in here. Top lane going for the Bork build on the set. I mean, when you're this far ahead, you can afford to be squishy early on. So that's going to be really clean on him. Got a challenging smite on the Elise. I think you typically go for the what is it? Stalker's Blade? Yeah, Stalker's Blade, but that'll be really good dueling item for Elise later on.
Yuumi is like, please stop, please.
Wow.
that was a funny interaction.
Yeah, that's a little deeper than Talon intended to go there with the Q, carrying him all the way into the turret.
Yeah, he's like, hold up a minute. I did not want this. I do not want this. Get me out of here. Wait, he had that up again?
Yeah, the E has effectively no cooldown because the cooldown is per terrain.
Yeah, but I thought that he had already got it from that by jumping over, getting to the Yumi, but I was wrong.
Yeah, on Talon, the terrain is kind of funny. Like, each piece of terrain might only count as like half the terrain, so...
Yeah, now Nautilus is like positioning as if he's going to flash over, but he used it earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, Talon's applying a lot of pressure onto this bot lane, and able to keep the CS relatively even, so good on him for...
Yeah, so here, I think every champion that can afford to go for Ninja Tabbies.
Absolutely.
And for Maokai, go for a Bramble Vest. Set is trying to go in, does have the Conqueror stacks going. Maokai is taking a lot of damage, doesn't get the Haymaker off. And with that, Maokai is able to get out. Now,
Corki? Looks like Corki's going for the Manamune here. It's a pretty strong item on him overall. I don't know if it procs on his ultimate missiles, but
it does not because Manamune is single target and the rockets are classified as AoE.
Sure. Okay. Well, still going to be a pretty good item. It's going to give him a lot of AD, especially if he builds any mana to go along with it, like a Triforce maybe or something.
Yeah, like the rockets still get increased damage for it, but they don't proc the passive of it.
Another time bot lane.
Talon does take the aggro and will fall for his suffering. The Draven actually did pick that up, and so will Xayah. Picked up the aggro again in between the Blade Caller and Featherstorm.
Yeah, so not great tower juggling there on the side of GWho, but still do get the 2 kills that they came for.
He's going in. He's going in, but he doesn't actually get his package to go off onto the Elise. It did get the damage off to do enough onto the to both of them. Actually, it does pick up both. I'm actually surprised. Maokai, I get that you want to trade, but you do not have grasp. You are down in 30 CS, and you missed your cannon. You need to prioritize whatever farm you can get at this point. You need gold.
Yeah, with a big wave like this, you're definitely safe to farm, so just focus on getting those last hits. I mean, obviously trading into that big wave is really advantageous for you, but really you want to focus on the CS. Talon roaming top now. He's spotted out.
Yeah, and the Maokai is also actually going for the Bramble Vest, as we suggested to him, so that is good news for him.
That'll be a really effective buy for him. Super efficient. Gonna slow down the Set healing, obviously, but it's also gonna make Set be punished for auto attacking. Tiamat finished on the Talon, and we got Manamune built on Corki. Oh, ganking bot lane.
And they are taking him down, but the Blade Caller does take down the Draven. And now they gotta run away! Run! Flash from the set instead. Ghost plus so
Yumi.
the Yumi actually redemption nothing. Oh, but they are going to taunt them, but now they're in trouble. Now they don't got no escape. Yumi will try to ult to try to keep everybody under this tower. But now Nautilus is going to take aggro. He's probably going to go down to this.
Yeah.
Now it's just a matter, and now they do actually take out the Talon. Yumi does get that gold. The Nautilus actually didn't have any aggro and is going for Gargoyles first, so he'll actually be able to aggro that better.
Yeah, so Maokai does finish the Bramble Vest here. He's looking to get a slow push building into him. It's a little bit big. You might want to thin it out a little bit so it doesn't crash into the tower. But he is doing a good job here to deny set some CS, but I think in this situation you probably want to try to get a turret plate if you can.
Yeah, you just hard push it.
Yeah, no TP on the set, so I think he maybe could have gotten a plate there, but either way, denying CS on the set is not going to hurt. It's going to help you catch up a little bit. So.
Yep. Does have the Bramble, so he can at least not take the worst end of these trades now. Addressing the chat, Scattercat, what do you mean by you simultaneously love and hate me for something? I don't know what you're talking about. You love me, and I know you do. Rammus does jump onto the Talon. The Talon does have a wall to get over, and the Corki is trying to reach, but he doesn't quite get the angle. He does get the R, though, at the final
max
shot.
range. Yeah, Manzaferg knowing exactly how much range that ult has, and enough damage.
Okay, so Maokai, I did say you need these cannons, but not at the cost of your own life.
Oof. Yeah, Maokai may be feeling a little safer than he actually was because Rammus was topside, but...
Well, Rammus was heading up there, but it was like, oh, wait a minute. He still has his ultimate. Oh, no, he doesn't have his ultimate. They don't know that, though.
Yeah,
Maokai is waiting for it.
He
does wait just a little bit. He does get the proc to go, and Maokai. Ah, you people. Maokai does end up taking that one, and getting a little bit of a shutdown with 150 gold.
Yeah, so GWho able to capitalize on the gank top lane and trade that for an Ocean Drake. One little micro interaction I do want to mention there, ATX Gamer using the Twisted Advance to dodge the Facebreaker prevents Set from being able to get his stun off on the Rammus and Maokai. So really well played by him there to make sure that that gank is successful.
Also, with the Drake being Wind Soul coming up in a couple of Drakes, interesting interaction. Elise is going to constantly be gaining movement speed because of it.
Yeah, Brick Trail dropped bot. I think you just gotta get out of here.
That's played.
Yeah.
They're accepting it. Maokai actually TP'd for the play to see if they were actually going for it. They're spam pinging him to be like, okay, down here, I guess.
Yeah, so Sat's going to be able to get a lot of turret damage off here. Doesn't look like he'll be able to get any plates because he's a little too late. Wow,
Did actually smite the straight, or did smite the red buff, just to make sure that Talon couldn't possibly get it. But now we have a fight on two sides. Talon is taking a lot of damage from this Rammus. Rammus is going to try to keep up with him. He does actually get to him. Does he get the taunt off in time? No, he does not.
Oh.
And Talon is going to flippity flop over and away from this Rammus.
Yeah, so Rammus is going to do really well into the 1v1s with his Talon at this point, now that he's picked up some armor. He's got the Bramble Vest completed. But on the other side, Corki has no problem soloing out the Elise as long as that Cocoon misses.
Yeah, Corki 4-0. He's feeling himself this game. Not like last game. Last game was a little questionable. Oh, and they just barely missed. Wait, no, they. Yeah, so blue side did not get the first brick. As the bot lane went down, I apologize. Redemption is going to keep everybody topped off, and now they're going to look for a re-engage. Draven has no mana, so they're going to be looking to get out of dodge. Draven actually didn't go for the Monomune build. He is going for Bloodthirster. So he will not have that mana or sustain for fights later on into the game.
Yeah, Bloodthirster, tried and true item on the Draven, so looking to go with more of a conservative build here, given that he is so far down right now, down more than 40 CS, and half an item on the Xayah, so...
I just got a question, why the Ghost on Rammus? Because, like, I get that you want to be the fast, but you already are the fast with your Q, and you're probably going to go for a dead man's. Like, you want to have that flash so that way you can flash Q onto the Talon, and with your Q, it pushes them back from wherever you landed onto. So, if you were to push him away, that would push him away even farther from a wall. But, with that being said, they do end up picking that kill onto the Nautilus, and Mansford does pick up the kill on the Elise as well. Maokai is just getting beat up.
Oh, he's disconnected.
Oh, that's a tilter.
Yeah, so not sure that it would have mattered.
Yeah, he was losing it pretty badly.
Yeah. So Nautilus actually on with the support budget, he's a little bit more of a pseudo tank, I'd say. He does pick up the gargoyles here now, but Corki absolutely shredded him in that little engagement they had there. So that was a hook he did not want to land.
So he wasn't able to even get the gargoyles off, I think.
I don't know that he had it finished even.
That's true. That could be true. But now Talon feels like he knows that he can fight anybody but this Rammus.
Yeah. Swifty Boots coming in on the Talon with the Duskblade. GWho starting up the Herald, taking it uncontested.
I think that Merc Trends would have been better because the Maokai, the Rammus, crowd control effects, and the sheer damage from Corki being magic damage. It's like 80% magic damage effectively.
That's very true. Maybe he's thinking because of how much he's been roaming, and Swifty Boots recently got a buff. I think it was 1 or 2 patches ago. A little more movement speed and a little less gold, so it's compared to the Moby Boots.
So the gold stayed the same, but the Moby Boots increased by 100, which felt really bad for supports. I will be an advocate for saying that 100 gold nerf on mobility boots is one of the biggest nerfs they could have given to supports.
Yeah, a lot of supports were rushing that, so that's probably the thought process there from Riot. You know, I don't think Maokai wins that.
Do you get the snare onto the Rammus? The Rammus doesn't have a lot of health to keep him alive. He does do a lot of damage though, where the Redemption is trying to keep everybody going, but now the Talon is looking for this Corki, and Corki does get his exhaust off, and now he's trying to run away, but he doesn't get out just in time. Now Draven is looking to try to get something, anything, but doesn't. And that'll be a full 5-for-1 ace on the side of GWho.
Wow, really well played there by GWho. They were able to blow up the Rammus really before most of the team can get there. I think ATX Gamers really late on the rotation there, so the end result is an ace and a Drake.
Well, the other big problem of that was that the Yuumi got caught out of body as she was trying to transfer from the Rammus's death to somebody. I didn't see who she was trying to go for, but she got caught by the Nautilus. Zoom, 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 you have the ghost!
And he's walking into the Cloud Soul here. He's gonna be... This Talon's gonna have a hard time getting out of this situation. Oh.
Now... It's like a stare down. It's like, alright, I'm just going back here. You ain't gonna get me. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna get you. He is.
Checking in on the items here, looks like Maokai still has not finished a single item yet. He's really down in gold, about 50 gold down on the set. Set's almost finished his Black Cleaver. In the jungle, Rammus on his way to a Thornmail with the Ninja Tabi and Cinderhulk. Runic Echoes on the Elise with what looks like a Haunting Guise up next and Sork Shoes. We got a Manamune and Corki on his way to a Triforce. Whereas
looking to come up here, does walk over the ward, so they do see her, and they're just going to walk on out from Corki and Yuumi.
Nothing like a good old 80 carry flank. Speaking of Xayah, finishes the IE here. She's got 8k gold. She's hitting those power spikes pretty early on here.
Yeah, it's like 3,800 for the IE, 3,200 for Essence.
Sounds about right. And then 1,000 or so for the Berserker Greaves. So.
Yeah, so yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. Yep. 6k gold on the Draven. He's just got the Bloodthirster and Pickaxe with Berserker Greaves, so probably looking to go into an IE second. Not a bad build path. Redemption on the Yuumi.
It's just a late game Manamune.
There you go. Second item Manamune. He'll have that finished by 35 minutes.
That's a horrible decision if he goes for that.
Oh yeah. And just a Gargoyles on the side of Nautilus.
That's like Anivia at this point finally going for Rod of Ages. Like,
yeah.
Just stop, no.
Yeah, that's a hyper late game investment if you build Rod of Ages at 20 minutes.
It's like we're just saying, all right, we're not even going to play for the next 20 minutes.
Yeah. Corki does complete the Triforce here, so he's hit his 2-item power spike. He's at 8k gold as well. Talon does have 8,300 though. Oh, is Corki caught here?
No, they do get caught. Oh no, the knockup from the Nautilus ultimate does actually keep the Yuumi from getting onto him, and is now trying to run away, but they're not able to get him out. And now the Draven does throw his ultimate, but they don't pick up the Xayah for him, but they do pick up the Xayah in the end. Rammus is now trying to run away, but the Hick will take out the Rammus with the help of the Leaves.
GWho. Wow, just a really clean pick set up there by the by PE. I think if you're KP, one thing that you're gonna want to look at as you're watching these VODs is how often you guys are trying to salvage these really lost situations. You know, after Corki gets caught there, I think if you just leave, you probably are only looking at one or two.
Maokai is feeling himself now. He knows he can fight this, but not with
Oh, here comes the set TP.
Not with the set coming in. Ooh, he's trying, but the flash is going to keep him out of harm's way, and he's going to be able to escape. But now the Yuumi and the Corki are on the chase, and they're looking to see if they can actually get this Talon. They do pick him up, and at the cost of both Set and Talon's lives. Now Draven's looking to get a kill onto this Elise. The Elise does cocoon him after the cleanse.
Yeah, these are some big shutdowns coming in for KP. They're closing this gold league gap. It's only 3k now. Yeah, Xayah has no way out of this. Oh, she's got the flash.
But it doesn't matter because the ace comes out from KP, so
did not have the
little bit of an inch from both teams actually.
Yeah, with that trade there, they're able to equalize the kill scores here. So it's they've closed the gold lead to about 2k now.
This
close to
feels
3K
like a little
rather.
bit of a repeat from last game actually, where
Yeah.
JP just randomly won this like really long team fight at Soul Point.
Yeah, which we're here again at Soul Point, so KP's gonna definitely want to look to
Talon's
grab
looking
this.
for it. He has the ultimate.
Grab this Drake. Maokai needs to be zoning this Talon and Elise. His ult is almost up. They need to get out of here ASAP.
Also, I have a thing about the Yuumi actually. So instead of the Ardent Sensor as her second item, like sure, the Redemption, fine, whatever. But instead of the Ardent Sensor, go for Mikhail's, because you can still Mikhail's while you are attached. And if it's like on the Corki or the Draven because he doesn't have his cleanse up, there you go.
Ooh. So yeah, KP's hoping they could sneak this Baron, but GWho's
the
it
GWho
out.
goes onto him. The Corki does get a nice equalizer W onto him. The Xayah does get taken down very low, but now so does the Draven. The Yuumi is trying to get out of here, but she can't. There's nobody to attach to it. The Rammus runs away as fast as his little legs can carry him.
Wow, so Set in the 1v3 there is able to win it out and survive and stay healthy enough for
Nautilus and Xayah are a little low on this one though, so...
Yeah, it's gonna be risky.
Xayah's like, please don't.
Doesn't have any lifesteal, so this is really...
And she just goes
down.
Not like this. Nautilus has his shield, so he'll be able to survive the Baron's damage here at this point.
Yeah,
and with that, that'll be a 4 for none. Ram is going for the Elise and does pick it up.
Trades one back at least. Talon steals the red buff, so...
Now Rammus is looking to go and get a tower for his troubles.
Yuumi pinging, wait for me, Corki.
Yeah, it's like, I don't have boots! And also, it doesn't look like she'll be going for the Mikhail's either. She is going for... Trying to remember, Aether Wisp and that... Now you're not feeling yourself anymore, are you?
Wow.
Didn't have the exhaust for it. And the autos to end it all. Now Archangel is getting blasted and does walk into the center.
It's the true damage. Yeah, so Talon is beefier than he looks with the Black Cleaver coming in for him. Tiamat still not finished into either a Ravenous or...
Yeah, and I mean that's, you know, fine, because you don't really need to upgrade that as Talon, so like it's your last item. It's just to help you with your wave clear.
Exactly. Helps him in the split push game. I think at this point, with as solo as Talon has been, I think you want a Sanguine Blade, maybe.
Oh no. Look at the score from Talon.
Oh no.
It's the end of times.
He's achieved demon status.
Literally, he's not allowed to play for the rest of the game.
Somebody call the exorcist.
Wee woo, wee woo.
Yeah, so one thing I think that hopefully KP learned from that little exchange in the bot lane is that they need to be sticking together a little bit more. If anything, let Maokai go shove out the side lanes. He's got the TP, so he can show up if it does get the situation gets dire. But he's not much of a split pusher. This team comp is really centered around the team fights, so I definitely think they want to look to get back into the 5-man as quickly as possible. Looking in on items here, looks like Xayah has finished the rapid fire cannon and picked up an EX calling to Draven's. Draven still doesn't have the IE. Oh, in a fight here by the Drake.
They are trying to get away from this Talon. He is the big boy. Talon is going to jump onto this Corki. And now the Yuumi is unable to get out. With the Rammus also falling. Maokai a little late to the party once again. They kind of are doing the same mistake as they were last game. Like, they were doing really well for a while, but now they're kind of running in one at a time.
Yeah, still trying to salvage these relatively hopeless situations. And, you know, Draven wasn't even there. So you're really 3v5 in that situation with a late TP by the Maokai making it a 4v5, but still. That's rough. Corki looking to go into the Infinity Edge. Oh, Draven's caught.
Draven does get killed in that one, and it looks like GWho's is trying to make the decision of whether they want to end now or get that soul point.
Yeah, Soul is definitely the safe bet here. Not a lot KP can do to stop you. Talon's caught here, but of course he's got the parkour, so he's never truly caught. Death's Dance finished on the Talon.
Corki is able to get out and away from the Talon. For now, Rammus actually has to do whatever he can just to try to keep him alive, but the Corki is going to fall, and Yuumi just barely survives by attaching to the Maokai. The Maokai is able to get out from the crowd control and is trying to get to this Talon. The Talon is looking to go down. The Talon does go down to the Draven, but it's too little too late, and that is a full ace for the side of GWho.
Yeah, it was looking pretty okay there for KP, but I don't know if Draven really wanted to flash into melee range there. That was a little unfortunate. It looks like GWho is going to wrap this up and get the clean 2-0. This game was a little scrappier by KP, but
a little closer, but then they started getting those like one-off picks here and there, and then it just devolved into let's go in one at a time.
Yeah.
So that will be this set between GWho and KP. GWho takes the 2-0 over Kamikaze Penguins. We will have one more set at least between ourselves as casters in just a couple of minutes. We will just take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.